talking to reporters before the game from the Dodgers dugout. Really the biggest standouts in that presser was first, Shohei Ohtani has been throwing a lot less splitter than he did when he was with the Angels, but throwing more two-seamer. The sweeper's been an effective pitch for him, but what I've been told is really that's just trying to keep the arm healthy and take stress off that arm. So it's really a long-term play, and really that's kind of been the approach for Shohei Ohtani since coming back to pitching, is that when he throws, his body is naturally just going to get more fatigue. And when you get tired, you're more susceptible for injuries. And the most important thing for Shohei is what he can do for this team at the plate as a hitter. So you can't lose sight of that. Dave also did say that they don't need to build him up to 5 innings with the postseason really becoming increasing a bullpen game and the depth that they do have. If you could get just 5 really good innings from Shohei Ohtani in game 4 or 5 of a postseason series, that definitely would provide a lot of value. But I think for me, you just have to allow him to communicate with you, because this is a one-of-one. This is a uncharted waters type of situation where if he wants to pitch, he's going to pitch. If he wants to pitch longer and he communicates that, he's probably going to want to pitch longer. But still, I think he'll take 5 innings from Shohei Ohtani. And today, I think you're hoping that you just get a really clean, efficient 4 innings. The velocity's strong. You're not getting tons of hard hit balls. You're seeing really good command. I mean, let's be honest. This is the first start that he's made since leaving the game with the cramps. Will he be cramping again? We'll look out for that. But today's going to be a big one, because now he's kind of been back for a decent amount of time. He has really shown that when he's right and the stuff is there, he's really, really good, and that he does have ace-level stuff. But we'll see how it looks today against his Cardinals team, trying to win a series. But before you blink, I mean, this is his 8th start since being back. And so far, a 2.40 ERA. He's given up 4 runs in 15 innings of work, 17 strikeouts to 5 walks. And the cool thing, of course, always is that he's back in the lineup. But now he's back in the lineup, still batting in the leadoff spot. So there was a lot of talk about moving him off that leadoff spot in games where he pitched, because the numbers when he's hitting and pitching and having to not even have enough time to go in the dugout to put on his gear to take a bat, you got Alex and everyone bring him out his stuff. Well, yeah, I mean, we'll see how that plays today. I think we also saw him get a home run after he gave a home run to Byron Buxton in the Dodgers game against the Twins a few weeks ago. So he has had some results batting and pitching in the same inning, but we'll see how it looks as him as a leadoff hitter once again. But let's take a look at that Dodgers lineup, and it is a lineup that does feature Shohei Ohtani batting at the top of the order. Shohei Ohtani leads off. He's your DH and your starting pitcher. It will never feel normal. Unicorn stuff today on a day where they're giving out a Shohei Ohtani replica 2024 World Series championship ring. Then Mookie Betts starting at shortstop, batting second. Let's see if Mookie can build on yesterday's 3-hit performance. He also drew a walk yesterday, lots of hard contact. The fact that he was pulling the ball and hitting it hard while pulling it, that tells you a lot about how his swing is and how it's progressing, because we've seen a lot of weak contact, see him fly out to the opposite side. So the fact that he's getting on top of baseballs the way he did yesterday, I'm very curious to see how he follows that up, because last night he was definitely happier than he's been of late. And last night, clearly, he had really made it very, very understandable that, hey, like, this is a real deal long-term slump. So let's see if, hey, maybe he's turned a corner. We'll see how he fares today, because if he puts together 2 really good games, 2 becomes 3, 3 becomes 4, and then Mookie Betts starts doing Mookie Betts things. We saw that yesterday. Will we see that continue today? Building off of yesterday's performance, I think, is really the top thing outside of watching Shohei Ohtani throw the pill to look out for. Then batting third, back in the lineup behind the dish, Will Smith at the catcher spot, batting third, followed by Freddie Freeman hitting cleanup at first, Teoscar Hernandez hitting fifth in right. Another thing to look for, Teo, 2 home runs yesterday. They need his bat to pick up. They need 2024 Teoscar Hernandez driving in runs, hitting in the clutch, being a run producer, hitting lefties, and today you got a left-handed pitcher on the mound for the Cardinals. And after that, batting sixth, Andy Pages in center, Miguel Rojas bats seventh at second base, and then you got Alex Call. Alex gets the call today. I think it was a good call by Dave Roberts. Alex Call in left field, batting eighth, followed by Alex Freeland batting ninth at the hot corner, and then Shohei Ohtani on the bump. If you look at this Dodgers lineup in their experiences against today's starting pitcher for the St. Louis Cardinals, Matthew Liberatore. Their career against Matthew Liberatore, not tons of ABs against the Cardinals starter today, but Shohei Ohtani in his career 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Mookie Betts 1 for 3. Will Smith 2 for 2 with an RBI. Freddie Freeman 2 for 3 with an RBI. And Teoscar Hernandez 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Miguel Rojas 0 for 1. No home runs in their careers against today's pitcher. So today's just a perfect opportunity to show that, hey, this Dodgers offense is back. This Dodgers offense is passing the baton. They're swinging at pitches early in counts if they're in the zone. They're taking pitches when they're well off the plate. They're getting the pitch count way up. I want to see the Dodgers offense that's been one of the best in the game for a long, long time, and that had been the best in the game when Max Muncy was in the lineup before having suffered that injury in the same game where Clayton Kershaw got his 3,000th strikeout on July 2nd. So let's see if we see that offense. Okay, some more storylines to get into. I want to talk about Dustin May for a second, because Dustin May making his first start with the Red Sox today in Boston, and he spoke to reporters, and he was asked about the trade and the situation with the Dodgers, the communication that was there, and Dustin May said that he was pushed out by the Dodgers rotation.
Yeah, I was kind of pushed out. We had quite a few guys there in that organization, but yeah, couldn't be more excited and thrilled to be here and be a part of it. Communication was great. It was kind of just like if things kind of fit perfect on both ends, then we can make it work. I don't think they were trying to push anything, but like it worked on both sides. So like I said, I'm excited to be here.
Had you heard?
No, I hadn't heard anything about Boston until about 3 minutes before the deal went down. So yeah, I had my agent text me and said, hey, like it looks like some reports are going here. I was like, all right, cool. And then 3 minutes later had a phone call.
So interesting stuff, because I mean, I've been saying this entire season that Dustin May was going to be this year's version of James Paxton, that the Dodgers ultimately would probably move him just because if the entire rotation was healthy, that he was going to get phased out. And then the next best option was him in the bullpen, but he really this year hasn't proven to be a bullpen type of pitcher because of the fact that you don't see high strikeout numbers, because he gives up a good amount of home runs. And I don't think that was a shot at the Dodgers per se, saying that he was pushed out. But I don't think the Dodgers were sitting there saying, oh, no, Dustin, we don't want to trade you. We want to make you part of this rotation. If they did that, then he would be the sixth man in the rotation over Emmett Sheehan. Clearly, the Dodgers like Emmett Sheehan more than they like the possibility of Dustin May. And then the guys in front of that, Dustin May wouldn't have pitched over either. You're not going to take Dustin May over Yamamoto, Glasnow, Snell, Ohtani, or Kershaw. So that means there's no spot for you in the rotation. And then you look at the bullpen outside of that. If everyone's healthy, Tanner Scott, Blake Trinan, Michael Kopech, Alex Vesia, Kirby Yates, Brock Stewart, Ben Kasparius, Jack Dreyer, and you got the guys on the fringes, Edgardo Henriquez, Alexis Diaz, Anthony Bondo, Bobby Miller has pitched well since he's transitioned to his new role as a reliever. So really, it was kind of one of those things where, yeah, I mean, Dustin May, we thank you for your services. You ate a lot of innings, and you have to feel good about that for a guy that has struggled with injuries throughout his career. He had tossed 104 innings this year. That was almost double his previous career high. It's actually the most that he's thrown professionally in a season since he combined for 144 and two-thirds innings from the minors and majors back in 2019, also at the postseason. So good for Dustin May, but the truth is 4.09 ERA first third of the season, 5.57 ERA second third. He wasn't good enough to be on this team in this rotation based on the guys they had. but he still helped this team. If they go on to win a World Series, he will get a World Series ring. I wish him well again for the Red Sox. They're a winning team. They're ahead of the Yankees now, but I don't think that the Dodgers are going to regret trading Dustin May. I think that this year you have just more options of guys that you can turn to in the event of injuries. And I think that Dustin May, you could tell he wants a chance to make 5, 6, 7 starts and enter free agency with a chance to get, I'm predicting, a $10 million contract to either reestablish his market. We'll see how it goes. If he pitches better, maybe more than that. But let me know down below in the comments section, what are your thoughts on Dustin May's comments? Jeremy Buckley, 4153, throw Ohtani. I like that. We're going to call him that on his pitching days. Throw Ohtani. Ellis Shiva Jones, 6730. D-Mac is the best. No, you are the best. Ellis Shiva Jones and everyone out there in Dodgers Nation getting ready to watch an afternoon game. Love that. Dodgers Guy Ride, daily listener from across the pond. Love the show, guys. Appreciate that, Dodgers Guy. Yeah, are you a part of that Everyday Listeners Club, our Everyday Viewers Club? That's the most rewarding. You're going through this journey. What did Kobe say? You got the Kobe bobblehead on Fridays, wearing the Lakers jersey, the Kobe shoes. The journey, the dream is the journey. So go through this journey of Dodger baseball, the ups and downs. Hey, D-Mac, when you go to the Dodger game, today I'll be in studio. Was there last night, got home really, really late, did a post-game show from the stadium, which we're going to be doing in the broadcast booth at Dodger Stadium for every game we go. So that's going to be exciting. Coach Mitch, who is D-May better than? Exactly. Music is fuego. We got he needs to blow the bubble. Mookie was too hot one game. Great time to bench him. Mookie's not getting benched. It was Max Muncy that did not get the start today. And I think that's okay. Talking to Max Muncy after the game, the knee feels good, but he's slowly getting back to where it was before the injury, and where it impacts him is getting off the ball after hits. And he told me that after the game, that it's about getting to the baseball as quickly as possible. And I think that taking a day off after 2 games at the big league level, going through that rehab process, going through his rehab assignment with OKC, it's a day game. You have an off day tomorrow. I'm fine with a day off for Max Muncy. But as I pointed out, the Dodgers this season with Max Muncy in the lineup, they've averaged 5.62 runs per game. That's the best in baseball. With him out of the lineup, with him not being active, I should say, they're averaging 3.54 runs per game, which is the worst in baseball. So the Max Muncy effect is real. He is the straw that stirs the